Hi, my name is Kumari Sky, and I am here to give you a yin yoga pose tutorial. I'm going to be covering the snail pose in this video. So the snail pose is a deep release of the whole spine. It compresses and massages the internal organs, relaxes the heart, it drains the lungs. But it is one of the poses that we need to be very careful practicing. If a person doesn't really have plow pose or shoulder stand in their practice, you'll want to be really mindful about this pose. If there's any neck issues, just skip the pose. If there's high blood pressure, vertigo, or glaucoma, skip the pose. And you also might want to skip it if you're menstruating. It's definitely not for pregnancy, and it's not good to do right after you eat. And actually, usually the full version isn't appropriate for studio classes. But I'm gonna show you the full version and then the modified version, okay? So if you know plow pose, you'll know snail pose. So just coming and rolling over. Okay, so that's the pose without any props. Ways that you could make it more accessible or feel better: you could place a blanket and lie back and have the shoulder tops not hitting the blanket. So then, as you can see, my neck is a little more supported this way. But the way, if I'm going to be sharing this in a studio yoga class, I would probably do something like this. Have the bolster here. And I would have them come set their hips, or I would set my hips. And then just bringing the legs up like this. You could even have the legs coming over a little bit more. You can have the arms lengthened out. So you're still getting that nice flexion in the spine. And just holding here. But if that pose just isn't for you or your students, you can always do the caterpillar pose, which I have a video for that. So you can go check that out. You can prepare for this pose. It's awesome for the whole spine, but like I said, it's just not for everybody. So one thing you can do to prepare for it is just doing some gentle forward hangs. So just hanging out and just letting the head be released is a great way to prepare for this pose. Counter poses would be a gentle fish pose or a back bend of some sort. Reclined windshield wipers are really nice. And the meridian that is affected in this pose is the urinary bladder. And the edge is in the whole spine. So when you're in the pose, whether you're doing the full pose or the supported pose, you just want to feel something in your whole spine. And it might be really subtle for some people. It might be really intense for some people. It just depends on your body. The hold time is anywhere from 1 minute to 5 minutes. So that is the snail pose in yin yoga.